The Detroit Piston legend. He is the 6'9" man of steel who imposed his will in the NBA.
Blocked by Ben Wallace.
You know him as an NBA champion, a 4-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, taking the unconventional path. As a small-town Alabama kid, he beat the greatest of odds to make the 2021 show. The class of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, Ben Wallace.
Hall of Fame never came across the radar. Saying that you was one of the best players to ever play here. You can't prepare for that. Coming from where I come from, you just don't make it out of there. I always talk about being in love with the struggle, because every day was a struggle. Making it to the NBA was like an ultimate goal. That journey is what kept me alive.
Ben Wallace was born in 1974, the 10th of 11 kids from Lowndes County, Alabama. He grew up in Whitehall, a small town named after an old slave plantation. The picturesque landscape cannot hide the remnants of the past.
It's a poor area, a lot of farmland. You can tell like this area was heavily populated by slaves. Some of the stuff is still there. It still reeks of slavery. I can just walk down the street and see old log cabinets just sitting off in the cut. Like, I know what that was. You know, I know growing up as a kid, you ain't supposed to notice those things. But as a kid, I noticed them. I noticed them right away. With an average kid, parents might go to the grocery store. My mom might go to the store and come back with a box of 12-gauge shells. You know, go get something. And we go hit the woods. Come back with some rabbits, some squirrels, some deer, whatever. Eat off the land.
Poverty affected all areas of Wallace's life. In grade school, he once had to go barefoot when he outgrew his old shoes.
For me to actually have to walk to school bare feet, I'm like, is anybody listening? Is anybody looking at this? Is anybody paying any attention to what is going on in our community?
Lowndes County resides in the heart of the Black Belt, known for plantations where slaves were forced to pick cotton. Even in modern times, Ben says work in those fields is considered a rite of passage for Black people in the community.
I was looking at the dead-end jobs that everybody else was working. I was working on that farm.
What kind of farm was it?
Cotton. Worked in cotton field.
You picked cotton?
Picked cotton, bale hay. I don't want to say it was slavery, but it was the closest thing to being a slave that could have happened in the 90s in this country. My mindset was set from a young age that this ain't for me. This ain't the life I want to live.
Wallace used basketball as his ticket out, playing in JUCO and transferring to Division II HBCU, Virginia Union.
I was starting to take life serious, not just sports, not just going to school, but my life, period. So when I got out of Lowndes County, that was it. I was like, Lowndes County, y'all made me too hungry. Y'all made me too strong.
Welcome to the 1996 NBA Draft.
When Wallace wasn't selected in the star-studded draft, the Bullets took a chance by signing him. After short stints in Washington and Orlando, Big Ben became an elite defender in Detroit.
Oh, what a block by Wallace.
In 2004, Wallace achieved the ultimate dream, winning an NBA championship.
What was going across my mind was, they're not gonna believe when I tell them this in Lowndes County. One of us escaped off this plantation and actually did something that the world is taking notice of. It's bigger than me, it's so much bigger than me. I was motivated so much by my community. The route that I went is a direct reflection of what I'm labeled as a Hall of Famer. I always talk about being in love with the struggle. If you're in love with the struggle, you find out a way to survive. People ask me what I'd say to the next Ben Wallace. I wouldn't say nothing to the next Ben Wallace. I'd say something to the people. I hope y'all recognize him when you see him. And hopefully you won't have to take the route that I had to take.
Ben Wallace.